So today, we need to make Haruka-san work very hard.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have a few more people coming in very quickly. Yeah, soon. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So Dana, I'm in Honolulu and I've been involved with elder care for quite some time, and I've gone back to Japan on occasions from time to time.
Mhm.
And about a year ago, I was working with my colleagues in Paris, France, to
Mhm.
create a study tour to Singapore and to South Korea.
Mm.
And we developed the whole thing with the programs and everything, but it never happened. We just couldn't get the numbers.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, my other colleague,
Oh, good.
Takeo Ogawa,
Mhm.
was able to tell us about his plans for this, and so I decided to jump on board and get Michael on board and see what we can do to maybe help, you know,
Mhm.
just get more people to attend. They have a limit, of course, 30
Mhm.
to 40 or so. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Collins. Nice to
Hi.
see you.
Yeah.
Hi, Dana.
Yeah. So we have one more person. Is Larry coming?
I do not know.
Okay. Okay.
Larry's schedule's always been a little bit of a mystery to me,
Oh,
but
really?
I
Okay.
will I will text him. He sometimes gets snowed under by all the emails he gets, so uh,
Okay.
text often
Okay.
helps.
Okay.
Let me
I
let
thought
me text him and see.
thought snowed under in Nevada. That seemed a little strange. Anyway.
It happens actually there where Reno is pretty high up and they
Yeah.
frequently have a lot of snow.
Okay. Okay.
I'm writing to him.
Okay. Well, maybe we can get started anyway. What do you
Mhm.
think, Michael?
Sure.
Yeah, and keep it to an hour, you know.
I
I
hope
think that,
so. It's
yeah.
9:30. It'll be 9:30 when we finish here and
Yeah. Well,
be ready
I
to
get
go.
I just want to go back swimming. I go swimming in the afternoon, so
Show
so
off.
that's my desire. Anyway, Michael, we have on your top left, Mr. Adachi from
Hello.
Square Tabi Travel Agency. Tabi is a Japanese word for travel. Okay. And then on the top right, of course, is Haruka, who will be our interpreter translator. So she's joined us. So thank you, Haruka, for joining us. So
Thank you.
yeah. So let's get started. Um, I was just talking to Adachi, Mr. Adachi earlier, and I had provided you with some preliminary information, yeah, with
You
regards
did.
to the costs for the Fukuoka study tour portion, that 5 days from March the 10th to the 15th. And what I've learned is that it seems to be pretty much settled that the hotel plus the 5 days in the hotel plus breakfast included is $500, $100 a day. So can't get too much better than that, I think. Then in addition to that, uh, there's talk about either have a registration fee of about $200. Well, they haven't quite determined whether or not it's going to be 200 or $300. So in any case, we're talking about a
Oh,
total
can you
cost.
hold on? Hold on. Larry can't get in, and so I'm
Oh,
gonna let me get him in. All right, just give me a
okay.
moment. All right. Uh,
今のうちの話と私、ティーマさんは、バルティモアに今住んでらっしゃって、そうコビット前にお仕事でいらっしゃってたんですよ。
うん。それは分かりました。
うん。
マーカスさんはフロムニューヨークです。それは分かった。
From Marcus Marcus, well, right now he's in Florida right now.
No, I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Okay, okay. Anyway, East Coast, yeah. So, and
Yeah.
then Dana is in Maryland, the state of Maryland, also East Coast. Did he? Get the link?
Larry was saying he said, I cannot get in meeting ID, but I don't,
The link, Michael, when you sent out the
right.
most recent thing, I just clicked the link
Yeah,
and I
you
thought,
guys
oh
did it.
gosh, I
Oh, I
don't have
did
the,
too. That came from,
yeah, and it was embedded right in it.
right.
I didn't have to do anything.
Let me try it again.
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay,
Okay.
good,
Hey,
good,
Larry.
good, good.
Hi, Larry.
Hi.
Hey, Larry.
Do you want us, I hear that. Would you like me to explain, Cullen, what what we usually do, or would you rather
Yeah,
you
I
on
think
this?
that's good. Okay, all I wanted to do was to provide you with an update with regards to what the
Great.
cost is looking like. It's looking
Right.
like it's going to be between $700 or $800. I had estimated that it was going to be upwards towards 1,000, but it's even less than that right now.
Okay.
So it's a pretty good price for 5 days,
Yep.
and the touring
Ex-
between the different sites per day apparently is going to be done with city buses, so the cost is practically uh, you know minimal.
Well,
Or okay,
let's sort of, but people need to eat as
yeah,
well.
no. So there's that 5 meals, okay, in the breakfast. Um,
So 5 meals.
that's with the
So
hotel cost.
one dinner a day plus
No,
breakfast comes with
wait,
the hotel.
wait.
Yeah.
So the hotel comes with the hotel costs plus
Right.
5 breakfasts. Okay. In
Right.
addition, I think the registration will also include a couple of dinners, like the initial um, orientation or introductory dinner, that sort of thing. But I think we will, um, and there may be some coverage for some of the lunches as well. So that part is still completely unclear, but the cost is going to be minimal as far as I can tell. Okay.
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 Yeah.
But
So I'm sorry.
why don't you go ahead and explain your situation and what you have in mind, your vision, and if you can stop from time to time so that Haruka can interpret for
I will.
Adachi.
I I will. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Adachi.
Yeah.
Thank you, Haduka.
Yeah. Thank you.
I appreciate your doing this. So I don't know how much Colin has told you about what we have done in the past. We've organized 4 trips thus far: 2 to Israel, 1 to Ireland, 1 to Norway. So, and I don't know if you want to translate that. So,
Thank you for stopping. いや、なんか今までの話、カレンさんがどのくらい聞いたかわからないけど、4つぐらい旅行して、イスラエルとかノルウェーとか行きました。
Mm. Okay.
so these are all inclusive trips
なんかその時は全部こう、込み込みの旅行だったらしいです。
with the exception of airfare.
で、飛行機代だけが別でした。
And we learned in Ireland with the exception of alcohol.
Really? なんか、
Really?
イルランドではお酒もなんか、
それは別
お
なん
酒
です
は別。
Yeah.
お酒は別に一緒かと思ったね。お酒は別
So,
です。
so we don't pay for airfare, we don't pay for alcohol.
なんか飛行機代と、お酒代
はい
だったんです。
Right. So in general, what happens is that we limit the number of people who can travel to about 14.
人数14名までに絞って、
The trips are generally about 50% educational, 50% tourist.
で、半々、学び半分、旅行半分。
The intention is for the travelers to meet their peers in the field of aging.
で目的としては、アジアでその同じ目的、同じジャンルの人たちに会うっていうのを目的にしてます。
To get an idea of model programs,
で、なんかそのプログラムの間とか、アイディアをもらうためとか、
to get a sense of the philosophy of approaching services and supports for older people,
で、その高齢者への接し方っていう、なんかアイディア的なところ、哲学的なところを学びたい。
to give them the opportunity to meet leading scholars and hear about important research in the field,
その分野のその重要な人たちとか、その重要な研究をしている人たち、
and to, if they would like, lay the groundwork for having joint or collaborative projects.
で、なんかその一緒にプロジェクトをやったりするような流れにいいなと。
なるほど。
So in most instances, what happens is that we will meet people at an important in one of the important cities. So it could be Dublin or Tel Aviv or Oslo, for example.
なんかそのSorry, can you repeat that part again?
We sure. In most instances, in fact, in all instances, we start in one of the major cities, Tel Aviv in Israel, Dublin in Ireland, Oslo in Norway.
その話か。なので、その今までの間でも、その行ったところの主要都市っていうのに行ってます。
In this case, we would start in Fukuoka. Did I say that right, Colin?
Fukuoka.
Fukuoka. I'm working on it.
Good.
And then we would for the gathering, for the conference, and then we would go to another. We'd then take a road trip, probably by bus or train or somehow as a group, to other cities and other places to meet our colleagues in the field of aging.
福岡で今回に関して福岡スタートになるけど、その後は、なんか電車やらバスやら使って、なんか他の都市に行って、同じフィールドの人たちに会おうというふうに考えている。
And in general, the trips have lasted from 11 days to 15 days.
大体11日から15日。
長いな。
We are, just so he knows, and Colin, I think, knows this, we're in the middle of planning a trip to Cuba, which will last about 8 days.
キューバへの旅行も考えているので、それはなんか8日間
So there are a couple, and it would be a similar model where we would go, in that case, we go to Havana and meet people there at the Institute on Alzheimer's and Dementia and go on from there.
キューバに行った時にハバナから始まって他の都市に行ってその関係の人たちに会うっていうのをプランしていく。
I want to give you an example of a trip we had planned to Ireland but did not do because of a variety of reasons. So we have a way to think about this trip.
アイルランドの旅の話をすると、まあ、プランはしたけど実現しなかったやつですね。
So what we had planned for a trip to Ireland, which we didn't do, was we were going to fly to Dublin and then go to Glasgow, where we would participate in the Irish Gerontological Society's conference.
アイルラン
which
ド
was
にプランしてたのは、まずグラスゴ行って、ダブリンに飛んで、そこからグラスゴに行って、そこでまたカンファレンスに入る予定だったと。
and then we would go tour around we would also take a tour to different places and that conference was going to last 3 days, not 5 days. And when the conference was over, we were going to tour. We're also going to go on a road tour of Ireland, seeing projects, meeting scholars, talking to people who are active in the field of aging.
このグラスゴの時のカンファレンスが3日間だったので、その3日間終わった後に、いろいろまた違うところに行って、研究者たちに会うっていうのを考えてました。
Right. And in that case, the conference fee would also have been part of the total package that we offered to people.
この私たちから人に見せてたのは、カンファレンスっていうのももちろんパッケージ料金に含まれてたんです。
The reason that trip didn't happen was that we could not. Do you know the word sync? We could not sync it. We could not make it harmonize with the academic schedules of numbers of people who thought were going to go. It just didn't work with people's calendars.
結果、うまくいかなかったのは、参加予定だった人たちのスケジュールがちょっと合わなかったという理由です。
It turns out that March, April, May, June are better months for people to do this kind of travel.
で、3、4、5、6月が、やっぱ割とみんな参加しやすいらしいですと。
Okay. So, Larry or Dana, do you want to add anything to what I said describing what we've been doing?
Um,
You don't have to.
I think what makes this unique and successful has been the melding of um, people who are in the gerontology community, people who are they're not all scholars, university people. They are interested in aging and understanding how the local culture and experts within the country approach and think about aging. Right? So that's why those visits, we call them site visits, but visiting with a place that is doing something unique with older persons and or maybe their families or um, that that is considered representative or very unique. It's something new. It's a new idea. Um, that has been very popular with people on these tours, and I suspect is also something that we can use to promote and sell. So in 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 the city, anyway, I can think of some examples that I know of just based on my research partners.
Let's
But
have Haruka interpret.
Thank you.
well, it's a long time since that.
はい、のそうです。今のに付け加えて話すと、大学だけとか、学者さんたちだけ、研究者だけっていうふうに絞らずに、例えばローカルなところで何か新しい人たちをやってる人、でそれをやっぱ見ると、私たちも持って帰って何かができるっていうふうになるので、そういったのも参加した人とか、面白かったっていうふうになると思うし、こっち側から PR するときもそれが売りになりますよねと。
Larry, do
Go ahead.
you want to? I'm sorry, Dana, I don't mean to cut you off. Larry, do you have anything you want to add about what we've been doing?
Yeah, not really. I mean, I think it's pretty evident what we want to do, and I think we just go from here.
Okay. So what we would need is to figure out or to come up with an itinerary, which may start in Fukuoka, and then go from there to somewhere else, and I don't know what that somewhere else is. I mean, the obvious last stop might be Tokyo, but that may not be the obvious last stop. There may be an alternative to that.
Yeah. Okay, so what I did was I told Adachi that
Right.
if he could put together, you know, plan A and plan B as far as the itinerary, and he said he
Great.
was going to work on it this past weekend. So let's use this time now to see whether or not he can show us what he has.
Great.
Yeah.
ただもう先週話せたので、その用意してもらったので、
はい、それでは改めまして、足立です。ちょっとプランを作っておりますので、今から簡単に説明させていただきたいと思います。
Go ahead, Haruka.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Adachi, and I have prepared some model that I would like to share with you.
はい、まずスケジュールを作っておりますが、これ見えますでしょうか？
No, not yet.
リアル
Share screen.
の賛成
私は
見えない。
見えない. Wait now. We need to share screen, yeah?
Yeah, I'm looking at. I can see it. Yeah.
No kidding. Come, I can't see it. Go on, go on.
まだカレンさんが見えてない。
Oh, went away.
Oh, went away.
これ見
Really?
見えないですか？
There it is.
There it is.
見えます？
見えません。Can you see? This schedule.
I cannot see it.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
はるかさ
doggone
ん見えます？
見えてますか？カレンさんゆっくりで大丈夫ですよ。
it. Okay. Go ahead and explain. I can't see it, but I'll find a way to find it anyway.
Hmm.
朝って。
はい、じゃあ簡単に説明させていただきますと、まず3月10日に、皆さん福岡に来られることになります。で、ここから5 days はこのコンベンションですね、っていうスケジュールになっており
さんちょっとだけ声なんか大きくしてもらうと。
ます。あ、
ちょっと
聞こえない。
うん
俺もはるかさんの声が聞こえにくいっちゃね。
あ、本当ですか？
うん
ここ福岡で近いのに。
今聞こえない。マイクポジ
あ、でも聞こえはします。あ、でもそれが最大限だったら大丈夫です。私もちょっと近づいて話すようにします。
はい、じゃあちょっとマイク近づけて話しますんで、ね。聞こえてます？大丈夫です？
聞こえます。すみません、途中で聞き直すかもです。
はい、じゃあそういう方始めますけ
We
ど。
arrived everyone arrived on March 10th, and we have 5 days. We will spend 5 days in Fukuoka.
I
can- Okay.
OK?
the sound was a little garbled. Sorry.
で、ここはまず最初に福岡市の、市長を表敬訪問します。最初にね。
やばい、足立さんの時間。
あ、聞こえてます？
はるかさん。
はい。
翻訳してください。
ちょっと待ってくださいね。足立さんの声はちょっと私聞
聞こえない。
もう一回、今いけます。
はい。まず初日、最初にスタートは福岡市の市長を表敬訪問します。
On the first day, we will be visiting the Fukuoka City Mayor.
で、今、福岡市が、取り組んでいます、福岡100、要するにこの100歳まで生きる、ね、という取り組みをしていますので、そういった説明があるかと思います。
And we will be listening to Fukuoka project, which is Fukuoka 100 initiatives. 100 means like people, like the lifespan, 100 years old.
Right. Right.
で、ドメンシアなんで、いわゆる地方で、次の日はですね、ネクストで、they will ドメンシアフレンドリーセンター、いわゆる日本人の場合はどうしても長生きしますので、地方になる方も結構多いので、それの、フレンドリーセンターに訪問いたします。
And the next day, we'll be visiting Dementia Friendly Center.
で、その日もまた、ロングタームケア、いわゆる老人ホームですね、に訪問することになります。
And also the next center for practical long-term care. Okay.
で、3日目は、日本が今進めてますロボット介護ですね。ロボット介護の、これは大学に行くことになると思いますが、視察に。
The third day, we'll be visiting our university, and Japan is now promoting a care robot project.
で、最終日は、これはこれはコンベンションステータで R60 っていう書いてありますけど、アラウンド60、いわゆる60歳になっての人たちに対象にしたイベントみたいな感じですね。例えばアンチエイジングの化粧品をずっと並べてみたり、まあ、中には棺桶の展示とかもですね、いろんな60歳に向けた、イベントが、やってますんで、そこを訪問することになっています。
And on the final day, there is an event for people around 60 years old, so we'll be visiting that.
で、これが福岡でのコンベンションの概要になりますが、ここはプロフェッサー小川がプログラムしてるんで、ちょっと今のところ私もざっとしか聞いてませんので、まあ、ここに関しては今のような簡単な説明で終わらせていただきたいと思います。
So for Fukuoka, this 5 days, Mr. Professor Ogawa is
小川、プロフェッサー小
yes,
川。
and this is the information that I got from him.
はい。では続きまして、終わってからの、工程を簡単に説明させていただきます。で、今日は皆さん方のお話を聞いて、ちょっと内容を変えていかないといけないかなと思ってますが、どちらかと観光メインで視察を2、3割という感じで組んでおりますが、まあ、また視察をもっと増やしてくれとかいう要望があれば変更していきたいと思っています。
Now, I'd like to talk about the schedule after the Fukuoka convention. And I have prepared some model course, which mainly focus more on tourism. So now, from what I heard from everyone, I would like to make some adjustment. But now I'd like to talk about this model course first.
はい、まず私たちが住んでいる福岡っていうのは、日本の、まあ、西の端にあり、南の方に位置しております。
So Fukuoka is in the western part of Japan.
で、東京から結構離れて、1000キロぐらい離れたところにありますので、ルートとしては東に向かって、バスで進んでいこうという想定で考えております。
So it's about 1,000 kilometers far from Tokyo. So what I thought was taking a bus from Tokyo to the east.
So I couldn't. I'm having a little trouble with my speaker. I didn't quite hear what you said.
Which part?
You said a number of numbers, 1,000 something, and I didn't know what you were referring to.
Okay.
Kilometers.
Yeah, but I couldn't. It's what's 1,000 kilometers?
About 400 miles, I guess.
No, I understand what 1,000 kilometers is. I couldn't understand the context. Right.
Fukuoka is 1,000. The distance between Fukuoka and Tokyo.
Got it. Okay, that's what I was asking. Thank you.
ちょっと画面を変えましたが、見えますか、こちらの画面。
Everybody see this screen? Okay.
Yes.
先生でじゃあ、この画面の方が分かりやすいと思いますので、今からはこちらの方を使って、説明していきます。で、これはまあ、日本のイメージ、京都と富士山が一緒になってますけど、これは合成なんで、こういった風景はありませんが、まず最初にさっき話した福岡ですね、がここの位置になります。
Fukuoka is here.
で、東京はここですね。
Tokyo is
で、さっき話した通り、ここが約1000キロぐらいですね。
So the distance between Fukuoka and Tokyo is about 1,000 kilometers.
で、まず最初にここの福岡から広島まで、これはバスで行こうと思っております。
So
広
first,
島は、どうぞ。
First, we'll be visiting Hiroshima by bus.
で、ここが距離としては、まあ、今回の工程で一番長い距離になりますが、それでも約250キロですね。マイルにすると150マイルですね。
So it's about 250 kilometers from Kyoto to Hiroshima.
で、広島には、まあ、有名ないわゆる原爆ドームですね、があります。
And yes, in Hiroshima, we'll be visiting this atomic dome.
それと、これ世界遺産になりました、厳島神社ですかね。
Also, World Heritage, Ikushima Shrine.
つい先日サミットがありましたが、今、日本の首相の岸田首相がここの出身ということで、この厳島神社でサミットが行われました。
The Prime Minister is from this area, so the last summit was held in here.
で、続きで、ここに関しては、あえて日本風の旅館に泊まろうかと思っております。こういったホットスパがあったり、いわゆるこういった快適料金ですね。そういうホテルを考えております。
For day one, the accommodation, I'm thinking about this typical traditional Japanese ryokan.
で、続きまして、今度は、旅館泊まった後に、広島から倉敷、これ岡山県になりますが、隣の県の倉敷まで、移動しようかと考えております。
On day two, we'll be moving to Kurashiki, which is in Okayama Prefecture.
で、倉敷はこういった日本の昔ながらの街並みが残ってまして、そういった川下りとかですね。一応写真に桜が写ってますが、3月16日、ちょっと早いかなって感じですね。
So in Kurashiki, you can enjoy the historic view of Japan. And in the picture, you can see a little bit of cherry blossom, but the time we'll be visiting might be a little bit early to see cherry blossoms yet.
はい。続きまして3日目になります。3月17ですね。で、今度はこの倉敷から、ここは四国アイランド、ここに大きな橋がありますので、橋を渡って四国に渡ろうと思っております。
And on day three, we'll be visiting Shikoku.
で、今話した橋はこれですね。こういった橋をつなぎ合わせて四国まで行くことになります。
And we'll take the bridge to go Ohashi when we move to Shikoku.
で、四国に行った理由としましては、まあ、日本の今抱える大きな問題がたくさんありますが、その中でいわゆる過疎化、まあ、人口がどんどん減っていく中で、人がいなくなるっていう、ね、プラス、高齢化、まあ、長生きするけど人口減少によって若い人が少ないという高齢化、それと、まあ、伴う人手不足という問題がありますが、あえてこの四国の山の中のこういった、西阿波地区といいますが、ここに行って泊まろうと思っております。
The reason that I picked this place, Fukushima, is this city is Japan is now facing the problems, depopulation, aging society, and also manpower shortage. And this place, Nishiawa, is also facing this type of too.
はい。で、写真の通り、こういった山奥なんで、こういうところには若い人はもうほとんどいないというところ。よって、高齢者の方々が元気に、活躍して、その地域をなんとかアピールして、町おこしをやっていこうという取り組みをやっております。
As you can see in this picture, it's a pretty countryside, so there aren't so many young generation. And so in this area, the elderly is promoting the city to energize their area.
はい。で、アコモデーションもあえてここに関しては、いわゆる民泊、アグリツーリズム ですね。こちらで生活されているご家庭に皆さん何人かに分かれて、ホームステイという形で考えています。
So in this area for accommodation and thinking, okay, and you can actually maybe make groups and you can stay in their houses.
はい。で、できるだけこちらで町おこしとしていろんな体験プログラムを作っておりますので、時間のある限りいろいろな、ものに参加したいなというふうに考えています。例えば、この鶴で作った、ここまで翻訳お願いします。
So they have local activities.
で、例としては、こういった吊り橋ですね。木のつるで作った橋をこういった感じで渡ったり。
Yeah, so there's in the first picture that's a Ia Vine Bridge.
で、こういった、これはそば、ヌードルですね。こっちにあります。そばのこれを引いているところですね。実を引いて、このフラワーにして、そば作り体験で試食するみたいなね。
You can also make your own soba noodles and you can have them for lunch.
で、藍っていう植物があって、それを使ってこういったクローブを、染めていくっていう、ね、アトラクションもやっていきたいなというふうに考えています。
They also have this hands-on activities experience of indigo dyeing.
で、この地域ではこういったプログラムを、地元に長く住んでいるお年寄りの方々がですね、こう運営したり、教えてくれたりしてますので、そこでいろんな触れ合いが生まれるんじゃないかということで、あえてここを選びました。
So these activities are planned by the local people there. So during the activity, you can also communicate with them.
で、次のプランとしまして、この今、西側まで来ましたが、これは同じ徳島県の、徳島市と、町の方まで移動します。そんな距離はありません。
So they four will be going to Tokushima City, which is in the same prefecture, not too far.
で、ここで、いつもスマイルっていう施設がありますので、そちらを訪問しようと思っております。
So in Tokushima City, is a facility called Itsumo Smile.
で、いつもスマイルさんは、たくさんの施設を、いろんなパターンの施設を運営されています。
So Itsumo Smile, this company, they operate various kinds of welfare projects around the Tokushima city.
で、ちょっと日本の制度を説明すると、かなり制度は難しいところがありますが、簡単に言うと、これは、ちょっと、症状によっていろいろタイプが分かれていますが、これは比較的高い症状の方が入る老人施設ですね。
何の方が入る？
症状が高い、悪い方。どちらかというと、足が悪くて動けなくて寝たきりだったりとかですね。そういった人が入る施設ですね。
So there are various kinds of nursing homes, and this first one, this one is called the nursing home for people with kind of like a heavy,
Very frail. Yeah.
handicap.
Yeah.
That's not the right word. About like having maybe physical difficulties. For example, they cannot walk or they cannot. Yeah.
Yeah.
で、ここは、認知
So
症なん
it's
で、
excuse me, well, 1 second. So, Colin, did you say that this is a nursing home for people who need need they have ADLs?
Well,
Deficit.
they can make a reference to some of the nursing homes that they're providing services for that
Right.
are for quite disabled individuals.
Okay, people with significant ADL. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, great, thanks. Sorry, I don't mean to slip into jargon.
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
Goes all.
Can I speak? Okay. でここはいわゆる、認知症の方なんで、ドメンシーの方々が入ってます
They
ね。
also have the nursing home for people with dementia.
でこちらは、サービス高齢者向けというか、ここは割と元気な方ですね。
Okay, they also have the facility for assisted living.
でこちらの施設は通所なんで、いわゆる通いのところですね。毎日バスで迎えに行って、こちらの施設でいろんなアトラクションをして、夕方には帰ってくる。
And they also have this daycare service center.
So I have a question. I have a question for Haruka. So there are so many different facilities. This is day 4. Is the plan to visit many of these facilities or just 1 or 2?
これで4なんですが、これっていうのは全部訪問する予定ですか？それともこう1個か2個選ぶ感じですか？
はい、選んでいくつもりです。全部見ても違いが正直よく分かりにくい部分があるんで、ポイント絞って2つぐらいでいこうかなと考えています。
Yes, we'll be picking 2 or 3.
Okay. Okay.
ちょっと日本の施設はかなり細かく分かれるんで、正直難しいとはあるんですね。で、この施設を視察する目的は、このパターンは結構どこでも同じような感じでたくさんありますが、いつもスマイルさんのやってる取り組みとして、アプリ開発をやっている。
The reason that I picked this place is in Japan, all the welfare facilities have kind of similar nursing home styles, but this company has this app
Computer
to
app. Yeah.
yes to provide their services.
で、具体的に言いますと、このサークルっていうアプリを開発して、サークル、英語で言うと円なんで、このようなたくさんの、ことができるアプリ、一つでできるアプリを、独自に開発。
So they developed this app called Circle, and this Circle offers different kinds of services to the organ.
で、具体的に少しずつ説明しますと、例えば、日本の場合、ゴミ出す日なんか決まってるんで、おそらくゴミ出す日にこれポンって案内が入っているような感じです。
This app inform people like about their daily information, and for example, the day, the garbage days.
それとか、こういった防災無線ですね。防災無線って言います。最近温暖化で結構日本も雨なんか降って洪水なんかよく起こったりして、そういった時の、インフォメーションが入ってたり。
They can also listen to a disaster prevention radio.
で、後でまた詳しく説明しますけど、タクシーの予約システム。
They can also make a reservation for taxi.
で、当然こういった会話、タブレットなんで会話とかですね、そういったもできるという感じの、アプリケーション。
And they can also communicate through this app.
で、これの最大のポイントとしては、ちょっと私も直接見たり使ったりしたわけではないですが、あくまでもこれ利用する人がお年寄りなので、いかに簡単に操作ができるかっていうことに手段を置いて作られています。
So this app is used by the elderly, so they make it simple as possible.
で、こちらの施設を訪ねた場合には、このアプリを実際にですね、いろいろ説明してもらって、体験してもらうのを考えています。
When we visited this facility, I'm thinking we can learn about this app and we can also experience it.
はい。では次のあれとして、さっき言いましたタクシー予約ができるということで話しましたが、ウーバーとかグラブ使えばいいじゃないかっていう話にもなりますが、 まあ、その地域地域によって日本の場合、いろんな状況が変わってきております。
Yeah, so for the taxi, you might think that we can just use Uber or other taxi service. But in Japan, depending on the region, the system is 地域によって違うんですよね。
うん、地域によって。
Depending on the regions, the rules are a little different.
で、具体的にどういうことかというと、こちらは行政と一緒になってこのプログラムを作ったわけですが、こちらの神山町というところで、いわゆるもう人口が減りすぎて、もうバスが廃止になって、一般の人たちの交通機関がなくなりました。
In this city, they developed this app with the
そこでこのタクシーアプリが活躍するわけなんですが、行政としても、バスがなくなった分の、補うために、いろいろこれの助成を始めました。
So here, they developed this app with the city, how can I say, public services, the government. So in this city, because of the depopulation, then now there's no buses.
ただし、日本の場合、助成が入ると、かなり生産業務が煩わしくなって、面倒な書類とかがいっぱい増えてきます。
So they get subsidy, they receive subsidy for this app.
そこでこのコンピューターを開発し、これを使うことで、そういった面倒な生産業務が簡単にできるっていう。
すみません、ちょっと質問していいですか。これ、
はい、
お客様が会計をするときに、それがシステムが楽になるっていうことですか。
全員楽になるんです。いわゆるタクシー会社も使う利用者も、行政も楽になる。
So they get subsidies, and usually it's the process when you receive subsidy, and you have to go through all the processes, and it's really complicated. But by using this app, the customers they can it's easier. The process will be easier for like everyone, for customers and also the workers as well.
Well, let me I'm gonna slow it down here because we can or speed it up a little bit because we don't have a whole lot of
Time.
time till 9:30, but I do have a question about this. So far, what we have is the first 5 days, first 4.5 days were at Fukuoka at the conference. And then we have 3 days of sort of tourist travel, and we get to Osaka. In Osaka, we spend our time with Itsumo Smell Company, correct? Seeing these different sites. Is that project? Is that correct?
We haven't got,
Itsumo Smile is not in Osaka.
It is where?
It's in Tokushima. So after
Okay,
this
thank you.
prefecture, we'll be moving to
いや、
Osaka.
いや、徳
Okay,
島、
so
いや、
it's so
大阪 is here, next
Hiroshima.
place go to Osaka.
I have one. I have another question. So, what kind of organization is Itsumo Smell? Is it a for-profit company? Is it a not-for-profit? Are there not-for-profits in Japan? Is it a government organization? I'm trying to sort of, that's the kind of thing that people would like to learn about, not just the projects, but how the system actually works.
このいつもスマイルっていう、なんかこの人々が勉強したいのが、そのシステムっていうのをすごい知りたいらしいんですね。なので、このいつもスマイルさんが、どういう団体なのか、会社なのか、その NPO なのか。
あ、カンパニー。
So いつもスマイル is a company.
But are there shareholders? Is it a for-profit company?
株式会社ですかとか、そう
株
いう。
式会社です。
shareholder.
Okay, so it's a for-profit company.
Yeah.
Okay,
で、
I'm
いわゆる
just trying to understand.
本来の業務は先ほど説明しましたこれですね。こういったいろんな福祉の業務をたくさんやっている会社になります。
ちょっと何を知りたいかって確認しておきましょうか。
うんうん。
So, so the people that who will be attending here will be interested in how the system works.
Absolutely. It not just projects.
Mm.
People like to know how the system works. So in Norway, for example, we had 3-day-long seminars with multiple speakers who talked about how the Norwegian uh, system of services for older adults work, right? That was great. It's also great to see various projects as well. So the two things are great. Um, but people will want to know how that, how that works, who pays for it, how do people pay for it, um, who's eligible for it. Those kinds of things become important. I know that Dana has scholars that she's worked with in Japan who may be able to answer some of those questions, for example. So we'd like to integrate or include in this somewhere along the line people who can answer those kinds of questions.
なんかそのプロジェクトももちろん見たいんだけども、こう国のどういったシステムなのかとか、どういう人から何かが受けられるかとか、そういったのにやっぱ興味がすごくある人もいると。だからどっちも楽しこう知りたいですっていうのがあるそうです。
Michael, I think in part there's going to be a certain amount of overview in the beginning that
Right.
will provide you with you know, a sense with regards to how things are paid. You know, Japan has a national long-term care insurance program, for example.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so I think that there will be some of that, and of course, this is all in the process of evolving over time too, as
Right.
the cost just becomes pretty insurmountable. So yeah, so we just have so much time. You know, I've been back and forth to Japan so many times, but I still have a lot of questions. So
I bet you do.
so we, yeah, okay.
I don't want to I I'm I'm afraid we're going to get lost in the weeds with the little bit of time we have today. So I just wanted to move along a little bit so we can
Faster.
talk about where else we're thinking of of
So,
going. And then I want to get to the question of cost,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Haruka-san.
そういういろんな話がね、最初のやるつでこう説明があるんですじゃないですかっていうふうにカレンさんが言ってて、その国のシステムとか。で、なんかもうちょっと時間がなくなってきたから、こうちょっと値段のこととかも知りたいので、ちょっと。
じゃあ、ちょっと急いで進めます。はい。ということで、続きまして、四国を出て、また橋を渡って本州に戻ります。
That's cool.
途中にこういうナルト渦とかね、いうのがあります。
So therefore we'll take the bridge again, and on the way maybe we can see this whirlpool.
で、その本州に行って着くのが大阪に。
Then we go to Osaka.
で、この日は大阪に泊まり、次の日は、京都に向かいます。
So one night in Osaka, then next day it's Kyoto.
Right.
で、午前中にまず大阪キャッスルを観光して、バスで、ここから京都ですね。京都にはたくさん観光地、テンプルとか、いろいろありますので、見どころは満載ですね、南禅寺。
We can visit Souzan, so there are many temples in Kyoto.
Right.
で、京都はもう本当にたくさん見るところがあるんで、2泊しようと考えております。で、
So we're thinking 2 days, 2 nights in Kyoto.
こういった
Many sites.
嵐山とか、これはまあ日本人は渦政映画村って言いますが、東映の映画スタジアムですね、時代劇とかそんなアトラクションがあります。
We can visit Arashiyama, known for Bamboo Grove and the Studio Park.
で、これは有名な金閣ですね。
Golden.
これはまあこの庭が綺麗な竜庵。 で、一応これでその最終日7日、3月21日7日目ですね。で、京都からこの関西空港に戻って、まあ、ここから飛行機で東京を経由してアメリカに帰るっていうのが、まあ、一つのプランです。
そうな、ここから関西から帰るとこ東京に行く人ですよね。
はい。はい。関西までのコースになります。ここで終わらせる。ね。
So, and maybe some people can fly back from the Kansai airport. If they want to continue to Tokyo, we can have another plan.
はい。で、次はプライスになりますが、ここが、福岡のコンベンションのプライスですね。一応800と書いておりますが、これ700に下がる可能性もあります。
700に下がる可能性。
はい。はい。ここが
Cost?
エントリーフィーが200になったら、700に下がります。
Now 15 tax and it says 800, but it might go down to 700.
So
Eh.
I'm still having trouble hearing. I think it's the speaker on my computer. What I missed what you said.
This is the price, and this for Fukuoka, 15 people and $800 each at this point. But this 800 might go down to 700.
Okay.
で、ここの金額が、次の福岡を出て、大阪までに行く感じになります。
I see. I get it.
Right here is from Fukuoka to Kansai Airport.
で、ここはちょっとバス、どうぞ、ご挨拶。
So this is the total on the bottom for the two. Got it. If we had
大丈夫そうです。この下がトータルですよね。
そうです、そうです。で、ここのポイントとしては、ここはバスを使うので、人数によってプライスが変わってきます。いわゆる15名だと2900ドル。これがもし10名に減ると3900と、人数がプライスが変わる。
So we're taking the bus. So depending on the number of people, the cost changes.
で、このプライスにインクルードされるのが、アコモデーションフィー、6泊ですね。で、ミール、朝食7、ランチ7、ディナー7ですね。で、このツーリストフィエントランスフィーというのは、さっき言いました、こういったそれぞれの観光地で入場料が必要になってきます。それがこういったも含まれております。ちょっとそこはエクスプレインしてもらっていいですか。
So the price includes accommodation fee, meals, tourist facility entrance fee.
got it. Okay.
で、チャーターバスフィーですね。で、日本の場合は駐車場とか、いわゆる高速代金も結構お金かかりますんで、そういった費用も含んでおります。
And the cost for bus and for the parking and expressway fee.
あとはアテンドするツアーコンダクターフィーのイングリッシュスピーカーですね。
And also for the tour conductor.
はい、そういったツアーコンダクターおよびドライバーの、アコモデーション、宿泊費、食費代とかも。
I have a question. I have a question. The tour conductor, English-speaking person, will that person stay? So I assume that person will stay for that entire time that we're traveling and stay at a hotel with us, eat dinner with us, or eat our meals with us. So this person, he or she, will always be available. Is that correct?
ツアーコンダクターっていうのは、いつも一緒にいてくれるっていう解釈で間違ってないです。
はい、はい、そうです。福岡からずっと大阪まで同行して、
だからホテルも泊まって食事もしてみたい
な。はい。で、そのフィーもインクルードして。
Okay. All right. So where would Dana? I think you had a comment. I think you and I talked in the past about where we might sort of integrate a couple of the scholars that we've known. So Hiroshima, I think, was one of the places that we might have had that opportunity. Um, in there's an interesting and there's potential interesting link between Hiroshima and some of the other places we've gone. It's sort of people who have spent the early parts of their lives in trauma and dealing with trauma as an older person. And there's some connection there. And I wonder if that would be a focus that we could have it if we went, for example, to Hiroshima and had someone come in and speak. You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Would it be possible to have this itinerary so that I could look at this and sort of think a minute or
Right.
think over the next couple of days? I think there's some obvious in my mind. A scholar we have or two friends actually that would be appropriate. I just have to think about it a little.
Would we need to include their honorarium as well?
If they ask for one.
Yeah,
I mean,
if they ask, but
Okay. Anyway, that's a consideration because that'll affect the pricing.
yeah, we get that. There are other things that may affect pricing as well. I mean, there's the cost of insurance on the U.S. side. I don't know why there's the cost of insurance on the U.S. side. There's the cost of outreach on the U.S. side. I mean, there's those pieces as well. So that 4,100, for example, or 3,900 could become 47 or 4,800, depending on how we sort of calculate it.
Okay.
But and so there are those pieces of it that we need to discuss.
Right.
But it would be great, and it's after 9:30.
Right.
And I really appreciate this time. Is there a chance that we could have a copy of the itinerary and then
Yes.
we can, as a group, reconvene in a few days after we get a chance to talk about it among ourselves? Is that possible?
交渉をちょっとコピーもらうこと可能ですかって、そ
ああ、
れで
全然ノープロブレム。終わったら送ります。
no problem, I think we can do.
And then he
So,
set up a meeting, yeah, next meeting.
yeah, we can set up a next meeting. When do you think the conundrum is that the best place to talk to people about this is at GSA, which begins tomorrow, Wednesday. But we'll have other opportunities as well.
Although
So
you can,
one of the-
it might be possible for you to at least say, save the date. We have something that's coming up and more information will be provided very soon.
Right, I agree with you. In fact, you and I are having the exact same thought process, Colin.
and I just checked on airfares, and it surprisingly seems it made me happy-ish.
Yeah.
So those
about-
dates look okay.
Can we reconvene next we do. Can we reconvene next Monday evening? Would that be possible?
So Monday would be Sunday. Monday, you wanted Monday in Japan and Sunday here in
No,
the States?
Monday in the forgive me. Monday here in the US, Tuesday in Japan.
Okay.
これあれですよね、足立さん、東京までの分のちょっと、なんかお値段見てきたんですけど、今途中ですよね。
ごめんなさい。よく聞こえなかった。
ああ、いや、これなんか今大阪までので皆さんに話された、東京まであるとお伝えしておきます
一応東京までも作ってるけど、ざっくり。
He has prepared a plan also to Tokyo. So maybe when he shared the itinerary, that can be included as well.
That would be
Okay.
that would be great.
I explain quickly. で、次、もし、これから東京に行くと仮定した場合に、今度京都から熱海、いわゆるホットスパのある熱海まで、新幹線で行こうと思っています。
I think that I think what Mr. Adashi's laid out is a good plan, right? And I think that from the Kyoto to Tokyo piece could be an extra that we add. There's a small logistical, it may actually work in our favor. The American Society on Aging conference is in San Francisco and begins on March the 25th.
Wow.
In the US. And so it is possible that there'll be some people who want to continue to Tokyo and then go on to San Francisco, or I would probably, frankly, leave from Kyoto and go to San Francisco. But it may turn out to be in our favor, this scheduling.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
サンフランシスコでなんか、またあるで、まあ、位置的にはいい感じかもですね。
じゃあまあ、京都がメインだと思うんで、それで帰るのもいいかもしれないですね。コストも
二段表のところをお見せしたらいいかもしれない。
どこ
東京までの料金の分今お見せして。
で、仮に東京まで行ったとしたら、まあ、これプラスさらにアディショナルフィーが出て、トータルアマウントがここになります。
Yeah.
The price is Fukuoka and Kansai and Tokyo.
福岡、関西、東京、トータルアマウント here.
Yeah. So maybe set it up as plan A and plan B, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And,
Yeah.
okay, so let's see if we can meet next week then. Tuesday in Japan and Monday in the US.
Great. That's
Tuesday はどうでしょうか?
No available.
Not available.
No available.
Okay.
I want to Japanese time Monday.
Monday
Monday is full open.
is fully
Sunday was
open.
okay.
US Sunday.
I will not be back I'm going to be in Tampa, Florida till late Sunday in the US.
But this will be in the evening, you know.
Yeah,
for a
but
call.
I'm not getting back from Tampa till like 11 o'clock on Sunday night.
No.
So I would miss it. We could do, can folks do Wednesday the 20, Tuesday the 21st in the US and Wednesday the 22nd in Japan? Would that work?
You talking about a week or two?
No, next week. Next week already.
Next week's the week of the 20th.
Oh,
So it's the 14th.
14.
Oh, no. Sorry, yes, I apologize. Correct. I apologize.
Okay. できます?
私はネクストウィークであれば、ジャパンタイムの13がいいですけど、14はちょっと旅行が入ってるんで、インポスノーアベラボール。それかもう16ですね、次空いてるのが。
はるかさん。
He'll be on trip, so he's available on 13th and 16th.
Available the 13th
Japan time and 16th.
16 or 13.
16th Japan time, so the 15th US.
Yes, yes.
Would that work for you, Dana and Larry and Cullen?
Yeah, that would work for me.
Yeah, I think so. So it's if we're talking 13th, it's
No,
our
we're
14th.
talking
No.
6,
No, we're talking 15 and 16.
Oh, yeah.
15 and 16,
15
correct.
for US.
15 for you, right, correct.
I may have an issue in the evening on the 15th, but I might be done.
Okay,
Let's go with a yes by 8:30.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
Larry, that
Go
work
with
for
it.
you?
Yeah, I got a meeting till 5:30 on that day, but if we can make it a half hour later, it'd be great.
So 9 o'clock, it would be what time for you? 6 o'clock for you?
Yeah,
9 o'clock for Dana and myself? And 3 o'clock for Cullen.
Okay.
Correct. And
Yeah.
You, Futoka and Mr. Adachi would make it like 11 a.m. for you on the 16th.
16日だから何時になるんでしょ
ジャパンタイムでいくと、まあ、この午前中の9時とか10時と
う ?10
か、
時これ10時ですか ?10 or
9時とか10時とか、その時間帯になる。
11? 10時か11時
yeah.
Well, what time is it for you guys?
So it would be, I think, Larry asked if we could start a half hour later, which would make it 6 o'clock in the west coast of the US, 3 o'clock in Hawaii, and 11 a.m. In Japan.
11時ですって。
11時、ジャパンタイム11時。
16日の11時。
16日のジャパンタイム11時。
大丈夫でし
OK。
ょ
OK。
Okay.
うん。OK。
I'm getting pretty good with this time thing.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
well, you know, how many years of school and I can do this one thing.
Okay.
20 years of school and 30 years of teaching, I can tell time. Okay,
Okay.
that's great. Do
Good.
you want to, will you be the point person, Colin?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be the point
Okay.
person. Yeah,
Thank
so-
you.
Okay.
And may we have the slides in the
Yeah.
itinerary?
Yeah.
Thank you,
That'd be great.
thank you.
これ
All right.
固定費お願いします
Yeah. So
Okay,
Michael,
okay.
Michael, to the extent that you can even, send out some kind of a notice, to keep that date open.
I
think
will.
that would help. That would help. Yeah.
What we're gonna do is I'll have several opportunities to announce it, and we're gonna make kind of a flyer to hand out to people
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
walk around. And I'm going to, just so all of you know, I started having a conversation with James Appleby, who's the
Yeah. I know,
executive
James.
director of GSA, and about whether or not GSA could provide at least some information to their members.
Right.
which
Okay.
means us. So,
Okay.
okay, great. Thank you so
Good.
much.
Perfect.
Bye.
Thank you.
Talk to you all later.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
so much for your time.
See you next week.
Bye
See you
bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.